Simple interest. You will learn what interest means and how to solve problems of simple interest. Before continuing, do not forget to subscribe. And if you have any question, feel free to ask or suggest anything. Whenever money is lent, the person lending the money is known as the lender, usually a bank. And the person receiving the money is known as the borrower. The amount borrowed from the lender is called the principal. The lender usually charges an extra money to the borrower. This extra money represents the cost of using the other person's money. The borrower has to repay the principal borrowed plus the extra money charged for using that money. Similarly, when the person puts money into a bank account, the bank pays extra money on any deposits. All these extra monies are called the interest. Interest is a fee charged by the lender to the borrower. This fee is charged as a percentage of the amount borrowed. If the interest is calculated each year as a fixed percentage on the initial amount of money borrowed or invested, then the interest is called simple interest. In other words, under the simple interest method, interest is calculated on the initial amount borrowed for the entire period of the loan. Let's see how it works. Example. Mary borrowed $500 from her uncle. She plans to repay the loan after 3 years at 6% per annum, simple interest. What is the total owing at the end of 3 years? At the end of the first year, Mary owes the principal plus interest. Interest is 6% of $500. You must convert the percentage to decimal. The owed amount will be $500 plus $30. At the end of the second year, Mary owes $530 plus interest. Interest is 6% of $500 because simple interest is a fixed percentage of the amount borrowed and is always calculated on the principal. The owed amount will be $530 plus $30. At the end of the third year, Mary owes $560 plus interest. Interest is 6% of $500. Do not forget that simple interest is always calculated on the principal. The owed amount will be $560 plus $30. At the end of 3 years, Mary will have to pay $590 to her uncle. You should notice that we would get the same result if we first multiply the principal by the annual rate of interest. This gives us interest per year. We then multiply the result by time in years. The amount owed on the loan is calculated by adding the interest to the principal. Principal, interest. From this observation, we construct the simple interest formula. I means interest. P means principal. R means rate of simple interest. T means time, usually in years. The amount owed on the loan is calculated by adding the interest to the principal. John applied for a loan of $5,000 at 90% for annual simple interest. He plans to repay the loan after 2 years. What is the total owing at the end of 2 years? Write the simple interest formula. Substitute principal by 5,000, rate of simple interest by 90% in decimals, and time by 2. Then perform the calculation. Simple interest owed is $900. Now write the amount owed formula. Substitute the principal by 5,000 and the interest by 900. Amount owed is $5,900. Henry invests $1,600 at a rate of R% per year simple interest. After 4 years, he has a total amount of $2,200. Calculate the value of R. Write the total amount formula. Substitute the principal by 1,600 and the total amount by 2,200. Perform the calculations to find the interest. Now write the simple interest formula. Substitute the interest by 600, principal by 1,600, time by 4, and find the rate.